Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're going to be doing free spirit-led mediumship. So feel free to hang out. Say hello. I'm just sending this out to a few friends. I hope everybody's well this Sunday morning, wherever you are in the world. It's nice to see everybody. Feel free to say hello so I can say hello back. Oh, hi, Heather. How are you? Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Bonjour. Oh, thank you for being here. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Melissa. So you guys, if Kai, I don't know how much time you have. I don't expect you to stick around. You're a busy lady, but I'm not sure if my regular mods will be here. So if when you're around for a few minutes, you can just, help manage things for a moment or two. I think it should be fine because I'm just doing spirit led, so it should be good. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister. Okay, good. So welcome in, everybody. I'm going to actually be doing free spirit-led mediumship today, which I'm really excited about. And I usually do it on Sundays when I get time. And so I'm really happy to be doing that. So I'm not going to be answering any psychic questions. This is all mediumship. Hi, guys. That means that I'm going to be bringing through loved ones in spirit, and it's all spirit-led. So the way we work this together is just make sure that you're following me, please. I'll be here for at least a few hours. Hi, Hannah. I tend to be able to bring in at least 3, loved ones during the time frame. So hi, Royal Jean. So I'm not answering any psychic questions. The way it works with this is if you guys want to just keep tapping the screen. Good morning, John Carroll. And once we get to 10,000 likes, then I'm going to just start doing the spirit-led mediumship. And just make sure you're following me, please. Hi, Carmen from Ohio. And feel free to say hello. If you guys don't know me, please feel free to say hello. Hi, Miranda, so I can say hello back to you. And it's nice for you to be here. I try to do this on Sunday mornings. And if I can, that's when I do free spirit-led mediumship. Hi, Katie Grace. What a pretty name, Katie Grace. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, feel free to say hi. And then if you guys don't mind, hi, Tate. I love that name, Tate. That's like the coolest name ever, Tate. Isn't that a cool name? Hi, Nikki. Oh my gosh, Miranda, you're going to have to message me and tell me. That's awesome. So if you guys just, we're going to do, hi, Bern. Oh, that's okay. That I can't tell you right now, but I think, you know what? I'm not quite sure. Oh my God, that's amazing. You'll have to talk to me about that. I'd love to hear about that, Miranda. Hi, wife and mom of 3. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Ava. So if you guys want to just keep tapping the screen, once we get to 10,000 likes, then we start doing spirit-led mediumship. Thank you to my friend Kai, who's here helping me out. I appreciate you. Hi, Mama House. Hi, Melissa. So yeah, and feel free, if you think someone would enjoy this. Hi, Carey. Kai is in here too. Perfect, Carey. Anybody, any of my regular folks can stay. Oh, thank you, Lily Two Feathers. That's so sweet. I feel like my content has been a little bit on, lately because I've been kind of busy because I'm teaching a lot of classes. So I haven't been as much up on my game when it comes to creating content, but thank you for being here. So I'm so happy to have all you guys here with me this Sunday morning. Hi, Trisha. And feel free to say hello. Good morning. My name's Carey, so I'm a psychic medium. I also do private readings, and so if you have questions about that later, we can definitely do that. Everything's in the link, and as you can imagine, in my profile, my website and everything. So very, very easy to find me. Hi, Sarah, Emily. So the way I'm going to work this, because I can see we're getting to 10,000 likes really quickly, which is so lovely. So what I'm going to be doing is hi, Charlotte, another beautiful name. I'm going to be essentially, probably many of you have watched other mediums who do these types of readings, but the way I do it is I'm tuning into the spirit world, and I'm going to bring through just one at a time, one loved one to come through. So feel free to ask your loved ones to come close to you. That's always a really nice thing. I can't guarantee everybody won't get a reading. I wish I could do that, but feel free to follow me and then sign up for my notifications of when I go live. Again, I'm going to be doing these most likely free ones Sunday mornings. I go live during the week for paid readings, and I do some spirit led. And of course, hi Robin, first time here. That's another beautiful name. Good to meet you. So yeah, so we're almost there. This is so great. And so what happens is I'm going to be connecting with one of your loved ones, and I'm going to be bringing through information that pertains to them. Now, remember, sometimes information pertains to them might really have also something to do with you, might be very much connected to you, your life. So it may not be necessarily everything just with them. It can be information about their life, who they are, their personality, how they dress, the kind of food they like, their funny habits, all kinds of things. And also it can be things connected to you in this moment. So know that a lot of the time, thank you. A lot of the times, we're almost at 10,000. That's amazing. So you guys keep tapping the screen. The main thing is what happens is when I bring someone through, please don't write anything at all in the chat. Not at all. Don't write one thing. The reason is there are a lot of scammers on this app. They'll take your information, and then unfortunately they use it for manipulative purposes. Hi, Mari. So just keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. My mods are here to help, but if you could make sure don't say anything about your loved one. What's going to happen is if you're going to be able to know this is your loved one, what I want you to do is to go into where all the emojis are and find the green hearts. Because the green hearts are where I'll know this is your loved one. But it really has to fit at least 90-95%. Now, a thing or two you may not know about, say, a grandparent, but in general, make sure. But again, don't write anything or you'll be muted. You won't be muted for the whole live, just for a matter of 30 seconds, but that's what happens. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to tune in and see who's coming through. I'm going to turn my music off so I can hear spirit. And you just want to pay attention. Remember, don't put anything in the chat. This is really only so if you can find, if this is your person, then we'll bring it through. I'll be here for just about 2 hours. And you only want to put a green heart if it's your person. No, I'm not going to pick anybody out of the audience. I might do that later if I'm drawn, but initially, no. Okay, so thanks for being here. Make sure you're following me. My moderators are here, so remember, no comments in the chat, please, and let me tune in and see what I'm getting here. So I already am getting somebody coming through. Okay, this is a male. The first thing he said to me is whiskey. That's funny. So this male coming through for me feels like there's a good sense of humor connected to him. He is telling me he liked to party. That's specifically what he's saying. Now, when he's coming to me as being someone in the place he's in now, who I would say is at a younger age. So let me tune in. I feel like we're looking at him at this age of 43, he's telling me. Remember, that doesn't necessarily mean the age he passed. That's definitely could be just what's connected to him. He's also referencing a B name for me. A B name can also be connected to you or somebody close, but that's what I'm seeing, a B name. He also really is kind of a casual, kind of a dresser. He has like blue jeans and work boots on. He's wearing like a white t-shirt you would expect. He definitely looks like he's been like working outside. He looks dirty, in his clothing based upon that. He is telling me specifically he had something funny, like something was wrong with his finger. I feel like he had like a broken pinky, or someone has a broken pinky. There's something here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so don't tell me who yet. Just everybody put down specific. Don't tell me any information. Just put green hearts if you can take it. I'm going to keep going. So again, what do we have about him? He showed me whiskey. He said he liked to party. He definitely had like blue jeans on. He's talking to me specifically. That's okay, babe. Don't worry about it. I know you. Don't worry, Wicked Bonecraft. I know her. I feel like he's talking to me about somebody having a broken pinky specifically, like, or somebody has a broken pinky. He's also really letting me know he was a handful, and he mentioned to me whiskey for sure. And I also feel like he did like to drink. When he would go into the bar and kind of, be like, hey, everybody's friend and what's up, guys? And here I am. That kind of vibe is what he's giving me. Okay, so we have a couple of you. So I'm going to keep going. So because there's a couple of you, I'm just going to keep flowing with his energy too. He's also talking to me specifically about memory. I feel like he had an issue with his memory. Don't think necessarily a specific condition, but at some point there was something with his memory. I feel like this could have been based on the alcohol, though, if maybe you would understand that. And again, we have a B name. We had something with a pinky. He gave me the number 43. I'm not sure what that was. The B name, definitely something with whiskey here. And then he is also saying, like, I see he's definitely wearing like casual wear, like jeans, white t-shirt, kind of like came in looking kind of dirty, from work in a day. Definitely I'm seeing specifically these brown work boots that looked like very good, rugged, serious work boots. So, okay, that's a lot of information. Also, he's mentioning something about his memory being affected. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am so happy there's some of you who can take this. I know my friend Wicked Bonecraft can. So what you want to do, the best thing is, in capital letters, this is going to be a pain in your ass, I'm just telling you, but this is how we do it. I want you to write down how you can take all this information, and don't put anything else, only the information that I've given you. And believe me, if this is something similar to you, it's probably a postcard, but also understand I'm going to be doing 3 more of these, so don't worry. I try to do as many as I can in a short amount of time. Okay, so I know we have some, again, I know it's a pain, but write in capital letters how you can take this, and then let me know. Again, he gave me the number 43, a name with the letter B. He definitely came to me, and he said whiskey. Also, there was something with someone had like a broken pinky, or something happened like a jammed pinky. I'm not sure who that is. And then we also have something with his memory he was mentioning to me. And then I'm feeling like when I'm going into a bar, I feel like I'm going into the Cheers bar. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, hey, everybody knows my name. That's what he's making me feel. Let me know I know you guys are busy writing, and I appreciate that. I know it's a lot of work. And again, feel free to hang out. Make sure you guys are following me while we're doing this. Hello to my regulars. This is all free, spirit-led. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is pretty dang specifically. Everybody knew. Listen to this. Alcoholic father, Jack Daniels, Sister Betty, broken finger, pinky, specifically small town. Okay, that's pretty specific. And so I'm going to see, let me give it another minute, but I love that's what I asked them to give me. I asked them to give me something so specific that only like literally one person can take it. So that's amazing. Good morning, Eileen. Christy also says, whiskey drinker workbooks 45B name memory. Okay, awesome. So Christy, can you take anything about the broken pinky or the smashed pinky? Memory problems later due to that? Exactly. I hear you. Okay, very good. Okay, stick with me. So we have 2 that are very similar, as you guys can tell. And so the pinky is going to be the thing, I think. The pinky is going to be the thing. And if it's not your person, understand you've got an amazing message from Spirit, and your loved ones are always with you. And that is what we call a postcard. A postcard. Okay, friend? Okay, okay, but I want to say thank you, Christy, because you definitely got a postcard. Okay, listen, girl, can you come in here and talk to me? Can you come on live with me, jump on live with me, or are you busy with your kids? My Wicked Bone Craft girl, who I just ordered something for. Okay, thank you, Witchy Woman. You definitely got also a postcard, which I'm so happy about. So I got my kiddos going down for, okay, no problem. So let me go right into your message, friend. I know, see, Wicked Bone Craft is actually a friend of mine. I just bought a bunch of stuff. He always said but pleasure having finger issues as well. Okay, great. So you also can take this. Okay, so you guys have to be able to take all that stuff. So hang on, everybody wait. Okay, cool. Because now I had someone else with a broken pinky. So hang on, I missed that one. Okay, so this would have to be everything. So far, I'm feeling definitely with my friend at Wicked Bone Craft because of that specificity of that. But want to see my finger having hoe. Okay, I got you. Okay, let's keep going in then. I'm going to end up probably going with who I feel drawn to from spirit. So we'll keep going. But thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Again, I'm going to be doing probably 2 or 3 of these. I try to fit in as many as I can on Sunday mornings because I want you guys to be able to, of course, connect. So just keep tapping the screen. Let me come in really quick before we go on to, I think it's Senile Beesh. That's pretty funny. I like your username. But let me know, Senile Beesh, can you also take the workbooks, the age, and also the B letter? Does that make sense to you? But otherwise, I'm probably going to be going to Wicked Bone Craft. And otherwise, you got a really nice message because you have to be able to take the B name, and all the other points, as well as the work boots. Otherwise, you got an amazing postcard from your loved one. That's for sure. Okay. All right, I hear that. Okay, good. Well, I want to let you know, Sina, I feel like I'm moving with Wicked Bone Craft, but I want to. Okay, good. Okay, Miss Ma'am, I got you. But thank you so much, Senile. I feel like you got a huge message. Okay, girl, I'm gonna just pin her because I'm gonna focus on you, and you can message me later because let me see what he's talking about. So he is really, thank you. I appreciate you. He is really letting me know. Can you let everybody know your first name in the chat, by the way, Wicked Bone Craft, so you tell everybody really quick. No, and I'm never going to reach out to you. That way I can sort of, he wants to talk to you specifically, your dad, Carmen, of course. So Carmen, I want to let you know, I feel like he's really referencing you going back specifically in your life right now and looking at family history. And I feel like what I'm hearing him say is you're trying to undo the damage that he did. And you're trying to reconcile some things in your life and looking at a ton of shadow work. And this is one of the things that has been kind of cropping up for you as your kids get older. Sometimes, I know, sometimes what I'm hearing is that you feel yourself growing impatient with, say, the kids sometimes, but then you hold yourself back and you think to yourself, I want to be wiser than that. That's what he's telling me specifically. You also is making me feel like you've been doing a lot of detoxing specifically. I feel like you're almost working on a cleanse yourself. Let me know if that makes sense to you. But I feel like it's a lot of the mental stuff is what he's mentioning. He is really, really talking about, also he's mentioning something about, oh, you am mean. I know you are. I got it. So he's mentioning something specifically about an incident, Carmen, that where I feel like happened outside of a home where he was. And it feels to me like there was either an episode or something happened to him where he made a spectacle of himself. And his behavior was, he's sort of saying, really deplorable is how he's referencing it. And he makes me feel like you felt very embarrassed by him. And that you used to try and hide and pull away. And that, yeah. He's making me feel, he's recognizing that you would feel very frightened. And he's also saying that one of the things you love so much about your husband is that you feel safe with him. That's what he's very emotional when he says that your biggest thing with your husband is that you want to feel safe and protected. Ooh, I'm getting the chills all over my body. Wow. And he's saying that you do have moments when you are triggered and that you're working on that. It's kind of like, and now I also feel like, have you been doing some specific kind of workings around that healing work? And you know what I mean when I say workings. So you're doing specific magic, resonates 100-fold. So you're doing a lot of magic around this. I'm like, I want to say, you know what I mean, practical magic around that, because I know you're also a practicing witch. So I feel like that you're almost working specifically, because I know you work with, with bones specifically, and there's something in here where you're working on like generational magic. Does that make sense to you? That's what he's telling me. So that you are going back a certain amount of like generations, and doing some work. I almost feel like I'm seeing something move through that's like, yes, it does. I almost feel like you're working through like a gold thread, illuminating this. And I want to say, I know that the deities you work with are helping you with this. I just want to tell you, I recognize that and I see that. You also feel like in the spirit world, you kind of leave your dad at an arm's distance, where that makes sense to you. And you've been, it feels like you still kind of are dealing with this. So you don't necessarily welcome him in with open arms into your space, being a psychic, I know yourself. So he recognizes that and doesn't want to try and disarm you. He wants you to take your time. That's really what he's giving me. Yeah. But he is saying it's a pleasure to watch you doing so well from afar. But I feel like he's trying to keep his distance because he's being respectful, but also your guides won't let him too close, so for protection. So he says he appreciates your stability. That's what he's mentioning to me. So I hope that makes sense. Carmen, I want to thank you so much for letting me bring him through. He came through so clearly, and I'm so glad that made sense to you so specifically. So thank you so much for letting me connect, and I'm sending you back your energy. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you got that. Okay, guys, if you want to keep tapping the screen, let's get it back up to say just 24,000 likes. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you don't know me, I'm going to be I don't think I'm doing any readings today, paid readings, but I will be doing paid readings tomorrow night. This is all free. Hi, Heather. Thank you for being here. So if you guys just want to keep tapping the screen, just get to 24,000 likes. We'll just build this together and this energy. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're following me. If you don't know me, my name is Carey Kaas. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a teacher and a mentor. And please feel free to check out my website. I have a lot of things that I offer. I go live regularly on TikTok. But Sunday mornings are free for these type of readings as well. I do paid readings during the week. I think that's the way we're working it out right now, because I do a lot. Hey, Ethan. So I'm going to go ahead and tune in, see what Spirit has here, because we're almost at 24,000. Thank you for being here. Let me just see who's coming through. Nice to see you. So again, let's work together. Here's what I ask of you, please, for the energy exchange. Just make sure you're following me. These are all spirit led. So there's no payment taken. You don't need to send anything. I go live regularly. I do paid readings often. So you have to make sure you're following me, make sure you're signing up. And also, please feel free to join my team. I would love, that would be helpful today. If you can join my team, that would be awesome. That's the one thing, would be amazing. So I get more on the FYP. So that would be helpful. And we can talk more. You can get to know me more. Make sure you're signed up for a notification, and don't put any information about your loved ones, please, in the chat. So thanks for joining my team. So do me a favor, don't put any information in the chat about your loved ones. We were very polite here. We will mute people, but only for your own Safety, because a lot of people are, thank you, a lot of people are scammers, which is so absolutely reprehensible. But if you like the way I read, there's so much more I offer. But I won't go into that because I want to get into reading. So thank you for being here. Thanks for joining my team. That's one thing you can do if you want to join my team. That I would appreciate. And if I run out, you can do that another time. That would be amazing. But thanks for being here. And I go live regularly and do private readings as well. So let's get into it because we have way over the amount of likes. Thank you so much for joining my team. Okay, great. Thanks for that. Thank you. I couldn't see the screen without my glasses, I'm telling you. Okay, so thanks for being here. We're going to do of these, we're going to be on here for another hour and a half. So please don't worry about it. Just make sure you're not writing any information about your loved ones. The best thing you can do is call your loved ones in close to you. I'll read as many people as I can. I try to, get through it. I mean, I want to send the message, but I want people to be able to hear from a lot of people. So please feel free to hang out. And also don't put any private information in the comments. If you can take this person, only green hearts. Okay, friends? Thank you for being here. So hold your comments. Plenty of time to talk afterwards. Okay, let me take in who I'm getting here. 1 second. Okay, so I definitely have a woman stepping forward. She's talking to me again, because the details can be connected not just to her, but to you. So just pay attention to the details. Don't write anything. She mentioned to me, and some things can also be happening to you in this moment. I'll let you know. My guides work with me this way. She mentioned to me strep throat. That's the first thing she said, strep throat. She's also mentioning to me something about a weight gain. Okay. She's also showing me herself having she was swollen. So she definitely looks like her body got very puffy. She definitely her legs got, very, I would say inflamed and she had a lot of I want to say inflammation. She also was talking to me specifically that her joints really were hurting her. Tremendously. She's just making me feel like there was, because of all this heaviness, and there was this puffiness, and there's this weight gain. And she's really making me feel like it just kind of weighed her down is what she's mentioning. Okay. Just keep blending with her. She's also making me feel like I am talking to you or her daughter. And she's also saying you have a brother. I feel like you have a brother, possibly a sister here. You're not saying in the spirit world, you just have a brother and a sister. Let me keep blending with her. She's also showing me the age range of early 70s. So it makes me feel like she would have passed around this time in her earlier 70s. She's also saying something. I believe this is something that is more current. She's also mentioning me specifically with you, something about a truck stop. Stopping at a truck stop, getting snacks, getting a drink. It feels like this could have been something that somebody did not too long ago in this time frame, just to let you know. She's also making me feel like part of what happened with her is her mental condition, that she would get very foggy in her thinking, and she's telling me she started seeing things, and that really kind of there was a concern about that, and she felt like that almost made her a little bit frightened that she started seeing things. This could have been related to the condition, her condition. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of information. So again, don't put any, do me a favor, please don't put any information in the chat. If you can take this, put all green hearts, but remember, don't put any information. I know it takes a little while to understand the system, but so let's go back. So she said specific to me, thank you, Jenna. She said truck stop, snacks. There's something with that. Somebody had that in a time frame. Okay. Then we also had a strep throat. And then she's talking to me about swollen joints, weight gain. She's also mentioning the age of about 73, which very much feels connected or close to her as far as passing, time of around sickness or time of passing. She's also, I feel like we are talking to you being her daughter here. And then also I feel like she's mentioning you have a brother. I feel like there could possibly be a sister. So if you can take this, go ahead and just put green hearts in the chat. Yes, so yeah, just good. Just stick with me, Mom of Sage RN. Because remember, sometimes things have to be clarified because we don't know every detail. But I'll write down your name. Remember, this is definitely a female. So Becky, Eileen. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm just going to put this down. Julia Rose. So a lot of people. Fantastic. Brittany. So we're going to have to probably keep, because there's lots of people who can take this. So I'm going to keep going in with more information. So just keeping open. Remember to kind of keep track of what's already been said. My mods are kind of posting that as well, but we'll do that as well. She's mentioning something about college. And I feel like we're talking about when I'm blending with her, it makes me feel like there's a grandchild and there's something connected to college. I feel like I'm seeing someone with it feels like a grandchild with a graduation outfit on and a graduation cap. This does feel like a male that's either is graduating. And that there's so much pride around this graduation is what I'm hearing. So Leslie can take that. Okay. So, and I also, so Leslie's like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Leslie and Mom of Sage RN, stick with me, you two, and whoever else. And please make sure, I know it's a pain, but write down all that evidence right here specifically. Yes, I feel like this is more of a high school graduation is what I'm getting. Definitely not, but I feel like there are sites or it's like, there just is a decision about what's going to happen. College. All right. So I want to say something here that I actually got the word, I actually heard the word Baltimore, trying not to disregard that because some of my students live there. So I'm just going to separate that and give it to you. But I did hear Baltimore. I'm not sure if that's connected. So, or if that's something connected to you somehow or the family. Remember, just kind of weave all that in there. I did hear that. But that could I'm not sure what that is. So just let you know, because it's 95%, right? So, yes. So I want to say specifically with the cap and gown for graduation, the color is blue. And I feel like you've been talking recently about like, after graduation, grad night, stuff like that. I think that's been happening in your household, if that makes sense to you. I also heard something about I heard the word river, and so Mama of Sage RN. Okay, great. That's a lot. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing a buzzing in my ear. That's confirmation. Okay, great. So Mom of Sage RN, you've been with me the whole time, and I know someone else has too. Can you write in capital letters all of the information? I know it's a pain, that you can take. Again, don't give me anything else. And remember, everybody, we're going to be here for at least another hour. So know that, I'll still have time to bring through several other people. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. And thank you for the follows, guys. That means a lot to me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Looking forward to getting to know all of you. Okay. Yeah, we have a lot of information. That was a ton. Again, oh, I love it. It's amazing. Everything except for Baltimore. Okay, so the Baltimore, I just want to say, we can maybe omit, and I'll tell you why later. But okay, truck stop, brother, sister, graduation planning, and male graduation, high school graduation, grandson. Okay, so for sure we have Leslie Martinez, and then we also have Mom of Sage. Now, Leslie, can you take the Baltimore? I'm going to omit that. If not, like I said, that could be something else. That's the one little kicker. Illness, brothers and sisters, strep throat, river, my son graduating, river. Okay. I know, exactly. The only thing you can't take is the age. Okay, great. Illness, brother and sisters, strep throat, river, my son graduating, driver's ed. Yes. So Julia Ray can also take it. All right. So we have 3 people that can take it as well. Okay, cool. All right. We're going to keep going. No Baltimore. Yeah, I have a feeling that was kind of like a zinger. I was getting a zinger. I don't necessarily know if that's the same spirit. I'm just being honest. I'll explain that later, but that's something else. That's another spirit that I met many times from one of my students who I adore, but she's in the chat. Okay, we're continuing. Let me keep, I know, I was getting the Baltimore, that's what I was laughing. But I was also getting the thing about you, Carey, the one thing I know is like this is actually, this person is definitely talking to their daughter in the audience. And their daughter's child is graduating from high school right now. That's what I'm getting. That's what I know I've established that completely is what I'm getting. But otherwise, you got an amazing message. Let's keep going with her. She's talked about, all my mods are paying attention, thankfully, to all the details of this. Let's keep going. I'm hearing something about the liver, something related to, I'm hearing liver. So that's just definitely something that's part of what's happening in the whole thing, just in general, just so you know. And so, and the weight gain and liver, okay? The other thing too, it very much feels like, yes, so Madhya Sage RN, you can take the liver. Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. Yeah, liver, and she's also just making me feel like how run down she got. And she is making me feel like she got a little bit jaundice. I'm seeing that now. So the yellowing of the skin. And then also she is mentioning something to me specifically about traveling. But this feels like it's connected to you. And it makes me feel like this is something like, I'm hearing something about still, so Julia Ray can take that too. So remember, you've got to be able to take the liver, the yellowing of the jaundice. You've got to be able to take the graduation. You've got to be able to take the strep throat. That's just like a lot of information. So feel free. If that makes sense. So far we have Mom of Sage for sure. Thanks you guys very much for being so gracious and patient. Again, I'm going to be here for at least another hour. So thank you for being here, my friends. Okay, so let me know after Mom of Sage RN, let me know if these things apply to any of you that we're mentioning here is what I'm getting. Also, this thing about traveling. I feel like this is you and your family are planning a trip. It feels like a road trip is what I'm getting. And it feels to me like there's something to do. Okay, Mom of Sage RN, you can take that. So there's something to do about making memories, especially before your son, because of your son and graduating from high school. So this is very specific. Yeah. Yes. So the other thing I just want to make sure, because there's one other person who was taking a lot of this as well before we move on. So I want to honor that just in case. I know that one other person was taking a lot of that info, but it feels a lot like Mom of Sage RN too. So if I feel like we're moving towards Mom of Sage RN, I want to thank you guys so much because I feel like you all got an amazing postcard. And that's what's so beautiful is that your loved ones are all here and I want to validate that. So I think we're going to go, unless I can say there's just the one other person I want to hear from her before I move. Thank you for the rose. You guys also don't feel like you need to send anything. If you join my team, that would be the one thing. If you feel like, again, you don't need to send me anything. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. But following me and then joining my team would be amazing. We can stay connected. I think we have it here with the Mom of Sage. Okay, thanks guys. Okay, so Mom of Sage, I don't know if you're able to come up with me on, you don't have to, and you might be busy, but are you able to go live with me? And you can stay, without your screen on. You don't have to show if you're not comfortable. She's like, I'm comfortable. Okay, hang on. So this is Mom of Sage. Mom of Sage again. Hi guys. Thank you for being here, everybody. Let me know if you're here. That's okay. I'm going to send what you want to do. I'll let you know. I don't know if you can because you just have 231. I don't think you can. I'm so sorry. Darn it. Because I think you have to have 300 these days. Maybe somebody can correct me on that one. But, yeah, I think you have to have 300. Yes. So I want to bring through because I know I have, it's 200. Thank you for clarifying that, Kirk Kisses. So do me a favor, Mom of Sage, right down at the bottom, it says guests, and you'll see a little red person and a little blue person. You just have to press on that. And that means you're requesting to come live with me. Thanks guys. I haven't been paying attention. That's pretty bad. All right, I'll find you. Okay. Awesome. Hi there. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. This is the first time I've done this, so I
Okay, good.
apologize.
Well, you're in good hands. I promise to take really good care of you and that you are only going to have a pleasant experience. I promise.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we go into too much of telling if giving any validation, I kind of want to connect with you a little more to give you a little bit more information from her before we move on, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
And what is your first name?
Robin.
Robin. And I love that name. That's like one of my favorite names. Okay, let me move in and see what I'm getting. So she's really bringing me to also around her face. And I almost feel like there's swelling here. I had a hard time looking in the mirror. And then also there's just like stuff with her gums. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And she's also showing me, it feels like the place where I was laid to rest, or there's a memorial for me somewhere. And she's showing me an image of flowers. And it very much looks like something that's more wildflowers in like a glass jar. That's the sort of thing that she's drawing me to. Does any of that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah, she loves that. She loves something that's much more organic in nature and just something she felt like that was a little bit more from the heart is what she's mentioning to me. Let me lean in to hear what she's giving me. I feel like she's moving me towards conversation with you specifically. She feels making me feel like you're holding a lot of weight on your shoulders right now. And that you have been having some trouble sleeping. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So one of the biggest things I want to tell you, because I feel her so close to you, is she's really literally holding you like you're her baby, like putting your head, she wants you to like imagine you're laying your head on her chest. And I feel like she's kind of stroking your hair. It's almost like when she would braid your hair. Does that make sense to you? And there's just such an air of like care that's flowing through in this feeling that she's giving me.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. For me, when I do mediumship, I'm not rushing into details. My main concern is your well-being and for you to be able to understand how you can just connect with her energy because she's right here with you. And she's making me feel like you've been also I'm not sure if there would be something where you're looking through baby pictures or there's something connected to your son where you're making a memory book or something. Is there something that you're getting ready for him because of the graduation? Does that make sense?
Yes, graduation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely looking through photos. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, so I don't want to.
You can say it's okay. I think we've established this is your mom, so I think I would like you to be able to whatever you feel comfortable sharing, of course, because she's mainly the main thing I want to give you is that she's just taking care of you like you're her baby, like and wanting you to feel so comforted, and she is just extending so much love and support for you because she knows that you have a lot on your shoulders and there's so much you're planning and you've got like 10 million balls in the air.
That
And
is
so,
so true. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. And and then also, are you planning a barbecue soon, or is there something you're doing specifically coming up?
There's a
So,
graduation party coming. Yes,
yes,
not really a barbecue, but
or planning something that
yeah.
feels, yeah,
Um,
she's saying feels wonderful. That's what she's saying to me. Yeah.
we did have barbecue at her funeral. That's interesting.
Ah, that very well could, yeah, that makes, she said barbecue. Okay, very good. So, and the other thing I want to tell you is she's really just saying that you are such a wonderful person. And you're a wonderful example of a daughter and a mom. And she's also mentioning she's saying how brave she feels you are right now. And she also just says that something about you making mistakes, which makes me feel like she's saying, let yourself make mistakes.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
yep.
Yeah. She says you're a little too rigid.
It's funny. I had a work retreat and we did personality tests, and the number one feedback was that I need to make more. I need to allow myself to make purposeful errors, and I was like, I can't do that. So that's funny that came through. This was literally like a week and a half ago.
That's hilarious. No, I feel like if anyone can get in there, it's your mom, though. Like she would come in kind of really like just kind of blend in there with you and be able to get in those places that you would let her. You know what I mean? That's the vibe that she's giving me. Like she's coming in like kind of like mist, trying to get into your hard places that are harder to reach. If that makes sense. The other thing she's mentioning to me is the month of November. Does that make sense to you, being something of significance?
That's the month she died.
Thank you. Yeah. Would you also understand something with, she's saying the word Florida. I don't know if that makes sense in any way, but she did mention that.
Gosh, I mean, the only thing I can think of is this morning my husband was saying he got a ticket from Florida, a Florida Turnpike or the tolls
Okay.
or whatever, and we're like
So,
we've never been to Florida, so we were just
okay.
talking about that like a couple hours ago.
So I just have to kind of give you a little feedback.
Yeah.
So one thing I have with my spirit guides specifically, I say to them, please bring me something specific to the sitter that has to happen in like a window of time within the reading, so 48 hours. So that would track. So you're like that has no significance in my life, but it was talked about this morning. So that's just a way of like spirit her saying, I'm right here. I'm paying attention. I don't want you to think I'm listening is what she's giving me. So that's what we've got for you. So tell me about her. I'd love to, if whatever you're comfortable sharing.
So yeah, I don't know how much I'm supposed to share. Yeah, so she's been gone for 3.5 years. She passed during COVID. Her and I am the oldest sister. I have another sister, like you said, and a brother. The jaundice thing is interesting. My dad just died on Thursday, and he was yellow as could be when he died, and we had to say goodbye to both of our parents via FaceTime. And I've been looking through because I don't live in the same city he does. We don't live in the same city he did, and my mom, of course, was the hospitals were locked down. So there's that. Her and I had a very I was the oldest child, and she relied on me a lot because my parents were divorced. So the rigidity comes from that. One thing she always told us is, you better, plan a really nice funeral for me. And so when you mentioned the vase, I specifically had a vase structure added to the top of her gravestone marker. So there's that. But I'm also planning the funeral for my dad right now, and I have all of it on my shoulders, and so I've been going through pictures too. You mentioned the pictures. I've been going through pictures for that. And we do have a graduation, and we're getting ready to have a graduation party at our house. You mentioned that. So yeah, my mom and I had a little bit of a tumultuous relationship just because she had a hard life. And but yeah, just going through the heaviness right now. I planned her entire funeral, and now I'm planning my dad's funeral, and it's a lot right now. So I appreciate this. Is really actually very comforting.
Now, may I offer you something on me? So when you're done with the graduation, when you have a moment, will you reach out to me and I'll do a free session for you? I just want to be able to, because I do healing work too, and I want to be able to give you that so you can integrate and just flow and just have that spaciousness to like process all this. And for me as a medium, it's not just enough to like deliver the information. You're the most important thing right now. Okay. And so, I want to just give you that, and, I can feel that for you. And then I will, I'll probably clip this and I'll send you this recording so you have it. But I want to let you know, that, your loved ones are paying attention to all these things. And even though there's all these difficulty things, you have so many good things happening in the spirit world that are surrounding you for celebrating you for your highest good and for the wellness of you and your well-being and your family's well-being. And I want to thank you for being so open. And, I just am sending you so much love. But will you do that? Because I will absolutely, even give yourself some time, contact me in July and we'll spend an hour together, and you can just process that and whatever. I'm totally would love to do that for you.
Thank you. That's very generous. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. And I'm so glad that she came through. And also for your father, I'm so sorry. That's just like so much in a short amount of time. And to then have things going on, then you have all the new life of your son graduating, and then all these things. And it's like it happens like that, doesn't it, sometimes in life?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to help you. I'll send you to the foyer, as I say. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.
You too. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here and holding space for her. So make sure you don't put anything personal about yourselves in the comments. Hi, Kennedy. Hi to all my lovely folks. It's so good to see everybody. Hey, Rob. Hi, friends. I saw Reggie in here. Hi, guys. So, yeah, so there's a lot of wisdom in there, and a very good moment of holding space for people. It's so much more than just, bringing through information from your loved one. It's also about you guys and your journey and your healing and your integration, because you're the one who's left, right? In the spirit world, they're in a different place. They are being healed. They have a different transformation going on, right? But we are left. And so we really need to take care of ourselves. We really need to take care of ourselves and make sure that we're being supported and cared for, and we can be integrated and we can do healing and all these things. It's so much more than just the evidence coming through. Okay. All right. Thank you to her and blessings to her family. I'm so sorry about her dad. I had that was just a lot. So now we're gonna keep going with this. So thanks for being here. And if you don't know me, so my name's Carey Kaas. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a mentor. I won't go too much into all the things I do, but suffice to say, Sunday mornings now, my guides are telling me is going to be for free spirit-led mediumship. So that's the one time a week I can do it. I teach a lot of classes, so I do private sessions. I love doing that. I'm also a healer, so there's a lot about that, but we're going to continue. That's what we're here to do today. So make sure you're following me. That would be amazing. Don't feel like to send me any gifts. If you want to join my team, that would be great, because I think that's always awesome. And then make sure you sign up for all my notifications of when I go live. And I do paid readings too, mini paid readings during the week. So I have a schedule and I'm working it all out. Reg! I love you, Reg. So thank you for being here, you lovely people. And I have a lot of amazing mediums here in the chat. And while I'm doing it, I want all my mediums who are my friends, put your name in here and put a purple heart if you're a medium, because I see Astros in here. There's a lot of very good mediums on here, and all the ones I'm saying, including my students. And I would say all these people I trust for you to follow. Okay, we all support each other, so it's great. So you guys hang out. I'm going to tune back into the spirit world. Again, the way it works is really simple. All us evidential mediums, we're pretty simple. We work the same way. We want to bring through messages from your loved ones of connecting to them in the spirit world, bringing through evidence, information. I kind of have a thing with my guides when I'm doing demonstration. I try to ask them to bring through specific evidence so that we can narrow down who this is for. I'm going to be here for at least another hour, so that means I can bring through probably 2 or 3 more loved ones, try to work efficiently. So just make sure you're not putting any personal information in the chat. Make sure you're following me, and remember, any of us mediums will not, and they're all, follow the purple hearts, guys. Make sure you're following all my purple heart mediums. So all my people who are my mediums, who were friends, please put purple hearts for yourself. So you guys follow those wonderful people. All right, here we go. They're all in there. I've got my students in there. I've got my friends in there. I've got my comrades in there. So make sure you're following all of them. All right, so here we go. I'm going to tune in, see who's here. And then I'm going to be bringing through evidence, and it's going to be probably specific. So make sure you're paying attention to the details. I try not to get tripped up by that. I kind of keep a list of what the points are, or else I sometimes forget. But let's see. Thanks for joining my team. And we'll get going. Okay, we'll see who's here. Give me a second. And remember, don't put any information, because no reputable medium will ever put their name, ever reach out to you. And there's so many scammers on this app. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I do go live on there too sometimes. All right, here, well, let me see who we've got. Okay, so I have a male coming forward, and what the first thing he's saying to me is, this is a true blue person. This gentleman is a very, he prides himself on being honest. He prides himself on his morals. He prides himself on his character. He is definitely very much, he just said to me the word swashbuckler. That's the word he used. He's making me feel like he's almost, he's giving me that chivalrous feeling, and that he's sort of like Superman, you know, like all these things, these references of like someone who's got character and drive and saves the day is what he's giving me about his energy. He also liked to think, he was 5'11", thank you. He's also making me feel like he liked to see, as he's referencing you, he liked to see when you took charge. He's making me feel like you were a person who was a little bit more unsure or unsteady, being in a position of authority. And so I feel like he's kind of pushing you up in being more of a leader. This is not something that would come naturally for you, but you would be pushed into being in a leadership role. And why were you pushed into being a leadership role? The reason is because you have a very good mind. This is what he's telling me. You're very smart, but you keep things within, and so you don't push yourself forward. You let other people lead, and the thing is, he's pushing you more so towards the front. He wants you to feel prepared for life, is what he's giving me. I also am hearing this name. It's a B name. The name is Bruce. Bob or Bruce is coming through. Again, remember that can be also connected to someone in your circle. You don't always have to take it literally for the person, is what I'm getting. He's also showing me that he has a wife with him on the other side. I feel like the B name is also, I'm hearing the name. This could be Barb. This is a B name, could be her name. And I feel like I'm hearing the name Barbara. So B name. He's also showing me specifically like a dish of pasta. I feel like I'm seeing a pasta with Alfredo sauce. And remember, sometimes, guys, I get things that can be connected to you right now. So this is like a pile of white pasta with like a cheese on top. I also feel like I'm seeing like literally a little basil leaf on top. I'm seeing a little basil leaf on top of this pasta. This is something I feel like possibly you would have eaten or are going to be eating over this last little period of time, is what he's making me feel. And I'm hearing Parmesan specifically, just to let you know. I also feel like I'm being drawn to a dog here. Oh, yes. And the dog looks smaller, and he's funny because he's making me feel like this dog, even though the dog was small, it like took up a lot of space. Like the dog was obviously important, or this dog is important. It's very cute. That's what he's letting me to. He's letting me know. Again, he keeps going back to his height. Like somehow his stature was very important to him. I do feel like he carried himself well. He was a confident speaker. He's mentioning something to me about dyslexia. Someone being dyslexic is what I'm hearing. Thank you. Something and with the dyslexia, there was fear around this with someone, because it makes me feel like, how are you going to make this work? How is this going to happen? How are we going to work with the education system? How are we going to help? That's what I'm hearing. Somebody here. I'm also seeing specifically like a blue car. This car looks older, and I'm hearing the word Chevy. So, and he's like smiling at me like, yes, that's what I'm getting. So that's a lot of information, like a bullet. So again, if you can take this, put it all in capital letters. This is going to be the worst part of what you have to do today, is write all this out in capital letters. Don't put anything, don't give me anything else, please, if you can help. Remember, dogs can be connected to you as well. So just so you know. But this gentleman is definitely telling me that he has a wife on the other side, is what I'm noticing. And then the B name is definitely very predominant. Again, he's about a 5'11" in stature. He definitely the first thing he's leading with is this being a person of honor, right? Being a person of character, that this was important to him. Being a stand-up guy. And again, you would be, he's making me feel like there's something about pushing you out to be more in a leadership position, if that would make sense. He's also making me feel like you having to work on your communication is what he's mentioning to me. So that's a lot of information. And then we're getting, again, the pasta with the Parmesan. It definitely looks like it's a lighter color pasta, meaning a sauce is a lighter sauce, is what he's giving me. So that's a lot of information. If you can take it, again, green hearts to start, okay, would it be a great place for us to go from here? And then if you could also write it in capital letters. Again, I know it's a pain, but it's worth it. Thank you for that. So Brittany, we have, okay, so let's just write that down, and my mods are paying attention to this. Okay, oh wow, okay, great. Oh, Mama Halls. Okay, so we have Brittany and Mama Halls. That's lovely. Okay, I'm just writing this out. Okay, so carried himself well. Wow. Okay, B for Bob, small dog, blue Chevy, carried himself well, leadership role, education, very good. Let me know. Also, we have Bruce, swashbuckling honor, small dog, fettuccine Alfredo. See, that's my thing. That's one of my signifiers that I ask my guides to give me, is something that you have had or experienced in the last a small amount of time. Leslie Martinez, got you. Okay, you're kind of flashing to me so far, Leslie Martinez, but we'll keep going. And remember, so we also have Brittany Fling, wife, past leader, carried himself well, pasta. Okay, great. We'll write you down too, and we'll keep going. Remember also too, he is mentioning to me, Britt, wife here on this side, Palermo sauce, 2 dogs behind. Okay, great. So I do feel like I do have to reference that. I do feel like the wife is on the other side as well. The wife is not currently, she's not she's in spirit. So I did want to mention that. So that makes me feel like there are a lot of correspondences, but this is very specific. So just to let you know. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. I'm right in the middle of a mediumship reading, so I'm going to, thanks for being here, everybody. Okay, so we have so many, a couple people who can take this so far. So so Bruce, wife, swashbuckling, Leslie Martinez, and then Mama Halls. Okay, so go, let's see. Wife's name was Barbara, owned many cars. Okay, so the one thing we want to consider, this is where it gets a little difficult, is that you have to be able to put all the other evidence in there as well. And there's just a lot of it here. My moderators usually put it in there. So we have a gentleman again. Let's go back. I'm going to blend with him from the beginning. So everybody have a really good listen to the information. This person is definitely known straight away for his character. His stature is about 5'11". He very much is someone who's very a proud person. You need to be able to take something with a connection with dyslexia. You need to be able to also understand there's a B name connected. The wife is on the other side with him, just to let you know, and he's very proud of that relationship. Also, there is specifically this blue old car, and he said Chevy. And then also you are a person, or it feels like you, where you've had a difficult time in your life, possibly standing up and being in the center, in a leadership role, but that you have a high level of intelligence. And then there is something where he's showing me you having to stand up. Does that make sense? So you got to be able to take that whole package of goodness. And if you can't, just know you got an amazing, amazing postcard from your loved ones. So I'm going to give it a moment and see if that makes sense. So you can't just take like 5 of it. You have to like be able to take the whole it. And then the pasta was a big thing. And that specific thing with the dyslexia is very specific again. So just to let you know. Thanks for being here, everybody. And again, I am going to be doing just a few more of this. You have dyslexia. Okay, got it. Okay, awesome. So that's a big one. I have their car, but it's not blue. Okay, great. So Brittany has dyslexia. That's a big thing. Okay, that's a big identifier. Yeah, I hear that. I do. Yep. I'm just reading all this. Yeah, the dyslexia is, he was a car dealership and owned a lot of cars. Okay, great. So again, you guys, I love that Brittany said, see, that's very specific. She said, I have dyslexia, like this has to fit, and then the other parts have to fit. That's how we really are able to tell who this is for. But otherwise, you guys got a lot of great postcards. Okay, so your son has dyslexia, he has a blue dots, and he was an honorable man. Okay, good. All right. Okay, got it. Very good. All right, let's keep going. So again, stick with me if you can take those things. I was diagnosed and my daughter was as well, but it was really ADHD, but I had some issues when he passed. Okay, I hear that. That I can take that. Okay, very good. All right, amazing. Let's keep going. I'm going to have a little chat with my guides about this. So what's going to happen right now, I believe I'm going to ask my guides some very specific to bring me forth some really specific information that will help to decide, you know, bring forth who this is for specifically. So let me see what they're telling me. Okay, so I'm drawing to the fact that I'm seeing this color red. It's coming before me. Okay. So, let me explain something. He's showing me the color red, and what it makes me feel is that there was blood in someone's mouth, is what he's showing me, blood in the mouth. So this could have either been chewing on something or that could have happened in some way over this period of time. If that makes sense, that's just a couple days. That has been happening. Let me know if any of you can take that. That's what I just saw. Red in the mouth, something happening, biting the tongue, something in the gums, something like that. Let me know if any of you fine folks can take that information. Thank you. Not here, but have a lot of teeth problems lately. Okay, Leslie, gotcha. My daughter's tooth is super loose. My guides, I swear. Okay, they're working me today. That's kind of normal for them. Okay, so you two can definitely stick with me. Okay, so right here, the two of you. A lot of blood. Yeah, I'd have to take the blood. Okay, and would you understand this, Brittany, happening over the last 72 hours? Can you clarify that? Let me know if that makes sense. The last week, okay. I think I'm with you, Brittany. I was feeling the tug anyway. I mean, I'm moving, and I just want to thank, I also really want to thank Leslie so much, because it was, there gets to be a point when I feel like I'm leaning in another direction or they're guiding me, and I was moving in this way with Brittany, but I want to thank you so much. And you definitely got a huge postcard. So thank you so much for being here. Brittany, are you able to come live with me? And it's okay if you can't. And thank you for being here, you guys. I really appreciate you. I'm going to do a few more of these. I have about another 45 minutes. So thanks for following along and supporting and being here, holding space and being and following along with our guidelines. Okay, let me see how many people you have. As long as you have you have plenty. All you need to do, Brittany, is to go down to where it says guests. There's a little picture with a red outline and a blue outline. You just have to press that. Oh, thank you so much. Exactly, Leslie. Absolutely. And thank you guys for being here as well. It's very kind. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let me get you. There we go, Brittany. Okay, and then you just accept it. The nice thing is you just pop right on with me. And you're the B name.
Yes.
That's, wait a minute. So a B name. That makes sense. It's nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
So don't be nervous. Are you nervous?
I am super nervous.
Okay, listen to me. Come with me. It's just me and you in this room. The world is just melting away. Me, you, and your loved one. And that's it. These people are just hanging out, and it's about you and your connection. Okay, so let me bring through this wonderful man for you, first of all. Would you understand this gentleman to be like a grandparent, a grandfather? And it feels like that to me. And I feel like he's connected to your dad's side. I'm not sure if you can take that or not.
He is my grandpa. He was more of a dad. He raised me my whole life.
Okay, I'm so glad. Aw. So I'm so glad you're here with him. Would you understand a connection with the month of September?
I was born September 10th.
Okay, very good. We love that for you. We love a Virgo.
Yes.
A Virgo. He's okay. Let me go into his message for you. So when I'm blending with him's energy and I'm watching you as a little girl, I feel like he really shows me you being nervous and a little frightened as a younger child, and he's really trying to get you to like stand up for yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And he also is making me feel like you were guarded and sort of held yourself back. He's specifically moving me towards the age of like 9, 10. And then he's also, again, talking a little bit about you and communicating, learning to communicate your ideas, things like that. Does that make sense?
It does.
And then also, when it came to school, you would get really nervous if you would have to like talk in front of the class or work in a group or show up with your schoolwork. There was like a nervousness there. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Due
Yeah.
to the dyslexia, I was always scared to talk in
Yes.
front of a group.
Aw. And so what he's really saying to me is that he has so much love for you. You have no, I mean, I know you have an idea, but for me to say that, it's so immense. He's really talking to me, almost equating it to like the size of the ocean. He's saying, like grandpa's arms are so wide, and then he's stretching his arm. You can't see my arms stretching out so wide and so big, and he's wrapping himself around you just for you to feel safe and protected in the world. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. And he's also mentioning something specifically about oh, so your grandmother's in the spirit world as well, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. My
Yeah.
grandmother passed from bone marrow cancer when I was 13.
Oh goodness, that's what he's mentioning to me. And he's also saying to me about her, she was a love of my life. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
Yeah, he sure did. Also, would you understand him giving you recipes of hers or something like that? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. He used to make this, it was like chopped up corn dog or like weenies and put them in like ketchup and tomato sauce. It sounds really gross, but my kids absolutely love that. And I have all her recipe books from when she passed.
Oh, he loves that you're doing that and passing that on. That just makes him feel so good. He feels like that's like another way of just, again, this beautiful continuation of your family and memories. And he just loves that for you so much. Would you understand? Do you have like a little flag in front of your house? Like a little, I feel like he's showing, or someone having a little flag, and it doesn't have to necessarily be a big flag. It can be like a garden or a flower flag or something. Does that make sense to you? Or someone having a flag in front of their house? He's showing me that.
He had a flag, American flag, in front of his house.
Okay, that's what he's talking. And then I'm also kind of seeing like this front porch. Does that make sense to you? And I when I'm there with him, I definitely hear like birds singing and sounds of nature, and that there'd be the occasional car passing by, not too often on the road. Would that make sense to you?
He had a lake house on the water, and that was our place that we went to.
Was there also something here? Was there like a chain link fence somewhere? I'm trying to see where this is connected maybe to a boat ramp or something, but I feel like I'm seeing a little chain link fence, and then maybe a place there would be you'd go near, like either go to the water or go boating or something. I don't know if that makes sense, but he's giving me that visual.
There's a chain on his boat dock.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow. And then he's also showing me like these big dragonflies that would fly like really low on the water, and it would just be almost like glass. And in the morning, he especially liked going there because you could just hear the birds, and it was a little cooler because it would get kind of humid and sticky in the winter. And then sorry, in the summer. And so he really liked that morning time. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. It's the place in the lake that he'd always take us. I just inherited his boat. So I'm getting his boat and everything. It's just a lot of stuff that led up to his death that I'm still confused about.
Okay. Let me blend with him a little bit more. And like I try to not go in my head when these matters come up. I'll let you know if I'm getting anything that can enlighten and be illuminating for you, if that makes sense. So let me just blend with him and see if he has anything. I don't necessarily know if I can, but I'll see what I'm getting. So when I'm going into the health part of things, I feel like I'm in my chest with him, having a harder time breathing. That's the part I'm noticing here. Also in my throat, like I'm scratching, I have a scratchy throat, I'm coughing, and I'm also having some pain like around in my like my jaw and neck. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am. He went in for pneumonia, and we've found out that he had 15% heart functioning at the time.
Okay, sorry. So okay, what he is mentioning to me specifically, and I also now he's making me feel pressure in my on my left temple, that there was something going on with blood flow. That's what he is mentioning to me. I want to let you know. So something specifically that definitely had to do with memory as well was being affected, which may not, but he's mentioning could have gone undiagnosed.
Probably.
And then the pressure on my eye, because he was definitely stubborn, and also didn't want anyone taking care of him. Would you understand that about him?
Yes, ma'am. I would.
Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't want to bother you. I think that's part of it. He always felt like he had to be the strong one. I think especially after after your grandma passed, it makes me feel like he wanted to ensure that you felt safe and protected. And so he didn't want you to be in charge of like his health. He is letting me know, okay? I want to give you that for sure. And I know that's hard for you because you would have wanted, he's saying you would have wanted to have been more involved. You would have wanted to help him, taken the doctor's appointments. But the way his personality is what he's telling me is that that's not what he would have wanted for you. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. That's how he was. He was super stubborn about things, and it just really hit me really hard because it just happened so fast for me, and I wasn't prepared, and I still haven't been able to grieve over the passing of him.
Yeah. He understands that. I feel like so what he's doing for me, the way he's showing me, I feel like he's sitting with you on the porch and putting his arm around you and kind of like your head on his chest, and that he is giving you that opportunity to like sit with him and grieve. Does that make sense to you? Like you can connect with them in spirit. Obviously he's here, he's around you all the time. So it's like, come lay your head on my shoulder and you can grieve with me. You can connect with him, and that he's a real living spirit right around you. And he really wants you to, forgive yourself. He says you're being too hard on yourself, that you should have known the early signs. This is part of the grief, is what he's showing me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing is he's saying, don't be afraid to talk to people about your grief. That's an important part of healing, is to communicate. And that goes back to like the beginning of the reading, I think, what he was talking about, you standing up for yourself and sharing what you need to share and communicating. Does that make sense?
Yes. I have his ashes, and I just haven't had the option, or I can't bring myself to shed, give the ashes to our family, or to my daughters. It's just been so hard for me to even, I have all his pegs and his, with his ashes on it, but I just can't see myself to give them out to our family yet. It's just still trying to hold on to something.
I want to give you an option, is what he's mentioning to me, for walking with him. Okay. And I know it's a transition from when there's so much in your physical life, then moving into being with you. And he's giving me this example of you scattering the ashes. He says, you can always keep some of my ashes close by. You can have a small, like a small vial he's showing me for yourself, or a few if you want. You can even put it into a paperweight. That's what he just told me. Have you, oh, this is God. He's funny. Okay.
He's always told us if anything ever happened to him to put him into something and sink him in the lake.
Yes. So you can carry a little something, and I just want to be honest with you. They can make things with some of the ashes, like pretty. This is not something like this that you could just have that connection with him physically. But he said, the main thing you're just talking about my bones. That's not me. I am energy, I'm spirit, and I'm all around you. He said, I'm in your feelings, I'm in your memories, I'm in your emotions, I'm in your funny jokes, I'm in signs all around you. Because I also feel like he's been trying to show you signs as well. I want to let you know. So please know that he's sending you signs all the time. But he's saying you've got to look up more because you're looking down too much. Does that make sense?
It does, yes. I've made I have the ring picked out for his ashes, and I just got promoted in my company,
I'm
and
so proud of you, by the way.
thank
That
you.
and what he was talking about, you standing up for yourself, and someone just said that you can have a ring made with the ashes in there. That would be amazing as well. Congratulations on getting promoted. He's so proud of you.
Thank you. That was something I worked for a long time, and he always told me I would do it. And I just once the passing, I kind of just let go of it, and then it came together at the right time for me.
He's really pushing you. That started in the very beginning of this reading. He was like pushing you forward, like completely, trying to elevate you and move you and motivate you. So when you feel that way, understand he's with you. It's not a far off thing. He's not somewhere else. He's literally all a part of you, all a part of you, just like perfectly perfect. I want to let you know that. So listen, I will say the same thing to you. If you want to reach out to me in the summer sometime, and we'll have a session and just kind of go over this, and I can definitely give you some resources for grief and things of that nature. But I want to leave that for more of a private session. I want to thank you so much, and to say your grandfather is proud of you is an understatement of how he feels about you. And he's very, like, I can sort of see his eyes welling up and just being very touched by how he's so grateful for you as a granddaughter. He wants to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been weighing on my heart for like the last year of just trying to connect with him. And I do feel him on like days when they're like really, really hard days. I can feel like I don't like when I tell my friends like, oh, I feel like somebody hugged me, but you can't really tell people that because then they won't understand. So it's
I
that's
know.
something that
Except when you talk to other people, like all these people believe you. You know what I mean? I think more people do. Do you have that book called Signs? It's a beautiful book too. I always forget her name, and someone can put it in the chat, but everybody understands. Yeah, so this has been such a pleasure reading for you today. I want to thank you for being so open. I want to congratulate you on, you and what you've done, and you should be so proud of yourself. Your grandfather's very proud of you.
thank you. I truly appreciate it.
I'm so glad. Okay, my love, I'll escort you to the foyer so you don't have to worry about getting off here. Okay, take care, Brittany. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Take care. Okay. Thank you, everyone who was commenting. I saw some beautiful comments in there and and Dale gave all this great astrological information. I was like, thanks, Dale. So I'm sure she'll be in the chat. Feel free to say it again. Okay. So let's do one more. Okay. So this was really, I'm so glad that, to be here with you guys doing this again. I'm going to try and do this. The day I'll be doing this will be Sundays. Thank you very much, Jenna. I'm going to be doing this on Sundays, preferably in the morning. And it'll all be complimentary, spirit led, all the things you've seen here. You don't ever pay me. You can, if you're going to do anything, just sign up to be on my team. That helps me. And then no, I go on live during the week. I do paid readings as well, but in this space for this one time during the week, I'm going to do this. So it's just sheltered from everything. Lorenda. So, please follow my friend Lorinda Carr Medium. There's also a lot of great mediums who are my friends who are here. So if you're one of my friends who's an amazing medium, and or my students and you're developing, put purple hearts only in the chat. Just if you're one of my mediums, please do that. Thanks for joining my team. And then I'm going to get started again. I'm going to do one more reading. Thank you for being here. So, and I definitely will be able to answer questions later. I want to focus me on getting you guys a reading. So, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. And if you are one of my mediums, please put your hearts in the chat. Hearts in the chat. Hearts in the chat. Okay, thanks guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start blending. Thanks, Dale. I appreciate you. All right, let me take some water. Then we'll do this one more time. Again, thank you for being here. The main thing is if you could make sure you're following me, make sure you're signed up for all my notifications, and also check out my website. I do really want to quickly tell you, I have an online school and a community. It's free to join the community. I do a lot of education. I have a lot of community building events with a lot of wonderful people. So feel free to check it out. It's in the link in my profile, very easy to find. All right, everybody, let me tune in and see who's coming through again. Make sure you're paying attention to the details. This will be the last one. And I appreciate my moderators helping me so much. And all you fine people really being here for this. Remember, you have to be able to take at least 95% of this information, okay? And you can see how it gets. I try to tell my spirit guides to give me very specific details. That's very important, so that it helps the process. Also, don't put any information in the chat unless we ask you to. And then what is the other thing? Oh, green hearts in the chat. If this is your person, thanks for joining my team. If this is your person, then, green hearts only. Thank you for the gifts. Also, please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start going live on there and there's going to be a lot fewer people there. So it's a really good idea. Okay. So green hearts will be the thing if you can take who this person is. So this will be the last one. So let me just tune in, see what I'm getting. 1 second. Give me a moment, please. Okay. There's a few people. So they're trying to all get in now because it's the last one. Okay, so just a second. Okay, there's a male stepping forward. Okay, so right away, I'm hearing the word truck driver. And I feel like I've got a gentleman coming forward. He's showing me he's wearing kind of like a plaid shirt. And he definitely has what would be considered like a farmer's tan. He would get very like olive complexion in the summer. That is for sure. I also am seeing him. I feel like he's more of a grandfather energy. I'm also seeing him with a specific type of sunglasses. They look like those glasses. They're called Wayfarers, and you would see them specifically. You may not be able to pull that up off your imagination, but I feel like this was, okay, thank you. He's showing me him wearing a pair of glasses, but then he would wear, you know, those things where you'd have sunglasses and you'd click them on top of your regular glasses? You know, that was what he's showing me specifically. Like you would click on to make it a sunglass. That's what he's showing me. I'm hearing the word Raymond, Ray or Raymond, an R name. He's telling me he was 5'10". Interesting. He's also saying something to me about, so let me tell you his description. He's very visual with me. So 5'10", about 5'10", 5'11" pops. I also feel like he had more of a shorter men's haircut, very much a specific kind of part, and then slightly greased back very much. Okay, right away, he is telling me he is Mexican. He's saying Mexican. So I'm going to take that. He's also showing me him shoveling something. I feel like I'm shoveling the driveway. I'm shoveling gravel. I'm shoveling dirt. And he's making me feel like something is being prepared right now. Um, this could also be connected to your driveway being prepared. There's something here with that. I also feel like we're talking about specifically, he mentioned to me the word rescue, and I feel like we're talking about a dog, and a rescue dog. Okay. I'm also hearing another R name. I feel like I'm hearing the name like Ralph. So like Raymond, Ralph, something very specific. He's also bringing me to some, oh, he's talking about Slurpees from 7-Eleven. Okay, here we go. Okay. He's showing me Slurpees from 7-Eleven. This was a treat. And I feel like I'm getting like I'm mixing flavors. So I'm watching, he's showing me watching. It feels like watching someone. Okay, Becky. Yep. Okay, very good. Like I'm definitely got my flavors. Okay, I'm with Becky so far. So anybody else, if you can take this so far, this is very specific evidence. So the Slurpees are definitely a thing, and I almost feel like that the Slurpees could have even been possibly very recent. Is what I'm getting. I'm also hearing something about grief. Specifically about grief and grieving and memories. He's just kind of giving me a bunch of different information. And then I'm also seeing something about flowers. And I feel like I'm putting, someone's having flowers, like bringing flowers to someone or having flowers, if that would make sense to you. Something to cheer someone up. It feels like you're bringing it to somebody to cheer them up. He's also mentioning something to me about pine, and I almost feel like I smell pine needle, pine. Something that's this is something like close by or that I'm just smelling. Let me know if that makes sense. He is also mentioning, yeah, Becky, I feel like I'm with you. Becky, I feel like I'm with you. Okay, Becky's one of my students. Hi, Tammy, nice to meet you. Are you able to go live right now, Becky, or are you in the middle of something with the kids? I feel like this is because of what we're bringing through a message because of your mom. That's what I'm noticing here. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, good. All right. Let me find you. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Michael Kelly. I see you. Another great medium, Michael Kelly. Make sure you put your name in there, Michael Kelly, so people can follow you. Purple thing. Becky.
Hi.
So I just have to tell you something. I feel like this is a grandfather, right, coming through because of wanting to bring you stuff about your mom because you've been asking for it.
Yes, and also like I think also for my dad too. I just
Yeah.
I just found out some information yesterday, so that would make sense.
Okay. So I'll keep some of it. Feel free to keep whatever you want private, but let me bring this through if I may, my love. So just a little bit with the evidence. Would you understand something about flowers? Very like bringing your mom flowers. Are you having flowers? Does that make sense?
Yes. I wanted to visit my dad yesterday and bring him flowers, and I didn't. It was too hard for me to do that.
All right. I understand. Okay. I just want to give you, so let me establish this. This is your grandfather. Is that who we're talking to? It feels like a grandfather to me.
Yes.
Okay, good. Is this your dad's father?
Yes.
It feels like that. Okay, honey. All right, stick with me. And again, you don't have to say anything, but I want to give you the message, okay? Because I think we've established that's the main thing I want to give you is the message. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So you can just receive this information. Let me just blend with him and see what I'm getting. I feel like he's saying to me, the flowers should be for you. He's saying how much you are doing for everyone else and that you need to forgive yourself because you don't feel like you're doing enough. And you've been feeling guilty by feeling like you should spend more time with your mom, but that it's just not feasible because of your commitments with the family. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, honey. And I feel like what he's showing me, these flowers should be for you. That I feel like he is definitely speaking Spanish too. So I feel like he's almost putting like a ring of red roses around you, kind of like as a, almost like a lei that you would find, and that this thing about taking the time to release the weight of this pressure off of your chest, especially because he's saying he feels like you've got it, and that's what's making you feel anxious. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's hard for me to process like everything that's going on. So yeah, it puts a lot of anxiety on me. It's just really hard.
I know. So what I feel like he's coming through is like with these floodgates of first of all, that it's more of what I feel like his message is for you has to do with your emotional well-being, your mental health, how you talk to yourself, and then forgiving yourself. And to just understand that it when you feel the most challenged and triggered, that spirit has got the whole thing really orchestrated. And all the parts where you feel like you can't fill, spirit will fill those parts. And I also want to say again, your ancestors are really, really here for you, so you're not separate from them. And I know you know that intellectually, but I want you to know that emotionally. Okay.
Thank you.
He also is saying he really wants you to go out in the sunshine. I know it's hot there, but go out and just put your face in the sun at some point and take in that, and to feel that. So take those rays in maybe earlier in the morning or later at night. And this way of like wrapping your head around all these parts of this puzzle and kind of doing an exercise of like turning it over. That's what he keeps showing me. He's like turning it over, turning it over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm so sorry. And of course, you don't have to say anything, but I love you. And, your loved ones are so with you, they're around you. So you're not doing it by yourself. I know it feels that way, but, and I know you take it that way, but it's not. It's so much more than that for you, just to let you know. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love you. I know. And also, like, Becky is she's a graduate of my program, so she's a medium herself. So that definitely, he came through very strongly and wanted to make sure that you got the message. So
yeah, thank you.
I love you.
I just got notice yesterday that my dad was diagnosed with early dementia, and it's been really hard because I thought I wasn't going to go through all of this with my parents until I was much older. My kids are still young, so it's been a lot. So it makes a lot of sense, and I've felt him kind of come closer to me, and I've been ignoring it because I just don't want to go through it.
I know. I understand. I think the thing to note too, not that I, is lean into the resources and the support in all the ways you need to. And, um, we're all here for you, of course. And then also just make sure you're able to talk to so that you get that help, that support you need in those ways you need. And you know what I mean. But I'm so sorry. I'm immensely sorry. And anything you need, of course, please let me know. Okay.
Thank you.
I love you.
Love you. Thank you so much. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. Love
Bye.
you. Bye, babe. Oh my goodness. Well, I want to thank Becky for being so open and, sharing her heart with us. A very very difficult diagnosis. I just want to say, I recognize so many of us are dealing with so many things and so many difficulties in life. And I want to say I want, just if I can let you guys know, one thing is that you have so much love around you in the spirit world. So, 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 so much love. And if I can say anything you're right here. They're right here with you. They're so wrapped around you. It takes a while to learn to be open, but learning that is amazing. So I just want to thank you guys. So again, just a quick note before I get off. I'm going to be doing this on Sunday mornings, at least for a few hours. If I don't, I'll definitely put up a sign to say I'm not doing it today. During the rest of the week, I go live a couple other times. I do paid readings. I do paid mediumship here. I do psychic readings of all kinds, tarot. I also do past life readings. But I also do private readings. So hi, Pam. So if you did want to get on the list, I'm going to be going live tomorrow. I always do something free in the beginning of my session. Sometimes it's one mediumship, sometimes it's oracle cards, tarot, something. Sometimes it's the quick psychic reading. So feel free to reach out to me. Also let you know, I'm an educator, so I have my own school. It's called the Sacred Seer School and Community. So I teach people to do this for a living. Yeah, so Nurse Kim, if you go onto the link in my profile, under my website name is Carey Kaas, right? Carey Kaas, and careykaas.com. It's all in my profile. And then also you can join my school for free, the Sacred Seer School and Community. Yeah, everyone's had past lives, and feathers are a wonderful way for our loved ones to come through. A wonderful way for our loved ones to come through. That's one of their favorite ways, is feathers and birds and a lot of things found in nature. Yes, Kimmy, and anybody who's interested, just follow me here. Reach out to me by email. Feel free to message me. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be going live on there, and there's not a lot of people on Instagram who watch me go live, so you definitely have a chance to get a reading. I'm appreciative of my mods who are here today. Thank you to Jenna. Thank you to everybody who helped me today. Emma, everybody who held down the fort. Thank you all my fellow mediums who are here. It's so nice to see all of you. And again, please be sure to follow me on all the main things that you can. And no, I have a school, but it's a community too. A lot of very nice people there. So we have live events there. We have education. I go live on my own platform. Tomorrow I'm going live at 4 p.m. actually. And also, to let my community know, remember, we don't have Goddess Rising on Monday, and we take our week off, just to let you know. Hi, Jen. So thanks you guys for being here. Thank you to my mods. I'm going to jump off, have a little something to eat. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for everyone who was here. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you again during the week, or at least next Sunday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.